coming. So, a little bit about this morning. Our practitioner today is Nisa Burrows. Many of you have had a chance to speak with our practitioners at one time or another. If you haven't, I recommend it. Just a little quick conversation after service. Nisa will be here, or any of our ministers. We would love to take a moment in prayer with you. Your spiritual practitioners take the science of mind principles and help you apply them to whatever is going on in your life, whether you're celebrating something or struggling with something, or just need a pause to know the truth and remember the greater life that we are all a part of. They are experts at that. So I do encourage you to speak with them. You can also put in a written request on our back table or call us. One of the mailbox options is to leave a confidential message for prayer support. And you can also go on our website and put in a request. So we encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity to know a greater truth, even in the midst of day-to-day living. Our musician today is Reverend Drack. That is always a fun time. And he'll be doing our music and leading us in a couple of songs. And we are starting with something new this week. Ever since COVID, people have been saying, when are we going to start singing in service again? Well, today's the day. So, in your bulletin, you have song sheets. And one of the song sheets is, not that, Spirit is in this place. Okay? Now, on that particular sheet, it's a very short song. We sing a couple times, but it's a very short song. It's by Denise Rosier. We're going to play it overhead so you have lots of music to sing to. All right? And we will sing this as an opening song every week, just to get us going. You'll notice on the back are the words to our closing song. Now, most of you have been singing or dancing or clapping to this song for months now. Actually, a couple of years, I think. But if you'd like to know what the words are, there they are. So I'm going to invite you all to stand, and we're going to sing Spirit is in this place, and you'll catch on pretty quick, I promise. There it is.
Together as a family.
We'll
We'll
get
get both verses in the program for next week.
Although
just the week is kind of nice. Don't you think, Shelley? All right, let's take a moment and center ourselves within. So I'm going to invite you to just clear your laps, turn off your phones, take a deep breath, and if you're comfortable, close your eyes, and let the sound of the bowl take you within. For there is within each of us a heart space that is a place of light and love and calm. And it is in this space that we remember the truth of life, that you and I and Spirit are all one.
And from this knowing that there's one life, one love, one power, one source in which we all live, move, and have our being. We truly know that Spirit is in this place and every place that we walk. Spirit is here and now. And I know and accept that the message from Reverend Tracy and Reverend Dave are exactly what each one here needs to receive, and the joy and peace of this moment infuse their messages. And in gratitude, we know it is so, and so it is. Good morning. My reading for this morning is from January 2003 Science of Mind. It's Freedom from Past. The Science of Mind textbook says, this is the starting point of creation. Every time one conceives an idea, it is God expressing himself. In the Old Testament, the story of Lot and his wife, God commanded them to leave their home for a better life and never look back. Lot's wife couldn't resist turning around. As she gazed back upon what she was leaving, she turned into a pillar of salt. Or perhaps it was just that her thoughts crystallized on the past and stopped her in her tracks. The past and its goodness can be very seductive. Longing for what has passed can keep us from moving forward and with what is present. In order to embrace life in the midst of change, we must decide where our focus will be. Will we crystallize our vision by focusing it on the way things used to be, or will we be open to new ways of thinking, new ways of being? When we're open, we will no longer flounder in the middle of change. We will be able to see the harmonious unfolding of life and enter into creative participation with it. We don't have to work to bring goodness to us. Our work is to reveal the goodness that already lies within and around us. The spark of divine truth radiates within each one of us. We need only to open our eyes to see when our past is being the director of our future. We are at choice. Our divine nature, our true self, our freedom to be is not something distant. It's not something unreachable. It is within us. We have only to keep our attention focused on the greater, yet to be, God's unfolding good in our lives. In this moment, I am aware of the good in my life as it flows from the good of God. I move forward with my attention focused on life's unfolding good. I am open to new ways of thinking and new ways of being, and I live in joyous participation in the present moment. And so it is.
So now I'm torn on which song to do first, because she was speaking about opening, but I think I'll go with the first one. This is a song by Ricky Byers, actually. It's called I Release. And you've got words in there. I take this because I think to really embrace what is good in life and move forward, just like Lot's wife, we can't keep turning around and looking at the past. We can't hold on to our old way of thinking and concepts about what is a good life. Sure, we have to open to that, but first we must let those old ways go. So this is what it's about. And for those of you who like this song and are comfortable singing, you can join me. Can you hear that? No. It's kind of quiet. How's that? Okay. Wait. I can wait. Want me to bring that down? Okay. Sorry. The microphone's working though. Is it okay? Just go ahead and play. Okay. We'll go ahead. I would like to release the frog in my throat. Got that overcast day frog. And I'll turn this up all the way here. Is that okay? Okay, we'll go with that. That sounds good. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. Got that reverb there. You've got to let it go. Let it go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Oh my, all right. All right, so we are changing things up. It's so funny, I teach this stuff all the time, but the part of me that likes to know exactly what I'm going to do next is having a heart attack today. Just so you know, it's not just you when things change. They get all excited about stuff. We have music, we got sound stuff, we got a new volunteer on the AV team. Yay, Henry. Woo! We are so grateful. We got new shelves back there. It's just all kinds of stuff happening. So, and it's all lovely, don't you think? So, yes, exactly. All right, so we have a treat today. We have a guest speaker. And this gentleman has been teaching Science of Mind for 20 years. He's had been on the radio. He was a principal speaker at the Spiritual Treatment Center in Redlands and has spoken all over Riverside and Orange County at Centers for Spiritual Living. And he knows his science of mind. He's a Ernest Holm and Thomas Troward scholar. So when he talks science of mind, you know exactly what you're getting. And since we are talking this month about how to live spiritual principle, what it means to take this philosophy and incorporate it into all that we do, his topic is perfect for us. So I would encourage you to give a warm welcome to Reverend David Rodriguez as he presents his talk to us. Come on up. You're welcome.
Let me get my stuff here ready. And I want to thank you all very much. And I just want to let you know one thing that is so important. Today is the greatest day of my life. And the reason I say that is because now I'm in a place in my own life where I experience the things I want to experience. I've learned how to make myself feel the way I want to feel. And I have learned how to create my future that I want to experience and go in the direction that I want to go. I'm in that place now in my life, so that's why I say this is the greatest day of my life. I've never been at this point in my life at all. And that is what I want to present to you also. So we can all do that. I know everyone could do that, and my goal here today is to simplify that for you, okay? But before I get started, I want us to take a moment now because I'm grateful. I feel grateful that Tracy's allowed me to come here and speak to you. And I think we could all show her a little bit of gratitude because think about it. All the work that she does every week, She has dedicated her life to helping us improve our lives. And I know she puts a lot of time at it. I know that. So can we all show a little bit of gratitude for Tracy and a round of applause for her? All right. Okay, that's great. Okay, so now, before I get started here, I want you to understand that it's very important when you get up in the morning, every day of your life, set your mind in the right place. What kind of day do you want to have? And if you get into the habit of doing that, you're going to be amazed at how your days will slowly begin to get better and better all the time, okay? So let's take a moment right now to prepare our minds. Set our minds in a good place, okay? Just with me, take a moment. Think this to yourself. My mind is open. I am ready to receive the whole truth about myself. Are your minds set? Are you ready? Your minds are open and ready to receive the truth about yourself. This talk is not about me. This is about you. Okay? So, let's see here now. My topic today, or the title, is Let This Day Be the Beginning of the Greatest Year of Your Life. And that begins today, the greatest year of your life, okay? Now, to summarize this, I want to start with a couple of questions. I want to give you a few simple questions, and I want you to think about them, okay? I'm going to give you a moment to think about them. Okay, my first question is there any other creative power other than thought? I'm going to repeat that. Is there any other creative power other than thought? Now, if there is, where is it and what is it? Okay? Where is it? What is it? Okay? Now, today I'm going to clarify and I'm going to expand on that subject, okay? So you can begin to experience the kind of life you have always desired to experience, and that starts today. Begin experiencing the type of life you would love to experience. That starts today. And that's for the rest of this year and the years to come. Okay? So now, I think most of you will conclude, if you've given it some thought, there isn't any other creative power than thought. Thought is the creator of everything. Everything in your life, my life, everybody's life. It's thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand on that and I'm going to clarify it. I want you to see how powerful we really are. All of us have access to a great power. And no one has any more than anybody else. There's a lot of myths that we've believed all of our lives that, oh, that person is real creative and that person is very intelligent. In my opinion, it's all a lot of nonsense. The reason I say it's a lot of nonsense is because every single one of you has this creative power. I'm gonna clarify all that for you. Okay? Now, imagine this. Imagine that, let's say you're out in the desert somewhere, okay? Let's say that it's 100 degrees and you're out there by yourself. I mean, we know you'd be suffering, right? In 100 degrees out in the desert, pretty bad, right? But let's say all of a sudden you stumbled into a beautiful car, brand new car, with everything in it. air conditioning, everything. And you walked up to that car, the keys are sitting in it and everything, and here you are suffering. But think about this. What if you didn't know how to use that car? What if you didn't even know the key was to start the thing? Wouldn't that be a terrible situation to be in? Having a car with beautiful fabulous air conditioning, everything great, but you don't know how to use it. Would that make things pretty difficult for you, right? It would make things tough. Well, the only reason I'm giving you that example is because I believe most of us have never really been taught how our minds actually work. Which, it'd be like the same example. Once you know how that car works, look at all the beautiful, the way you're going to feel. It's going to make you feel wonderful, right? Same thing goes for the human mind. When you don't know how it works, what happens is a lot of times we're using our mind against ourselves. We're making life difficult for ourselves because we haven't learned how the mind works. That is what that's my whole point. I want to try to clarify that for you. How does our mind work? I can tell you, I've spent a little over 20 years now really focused on that. That's been my focus. How does my mind work? Because I was tired of struggling. I was really tired of struggling. I didn't like so I came to the conclusion that maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Maybe I'm really not understanding this life. So I wanted to know. I started searching for the truth. What did I discover? Ernest Holmes. I discovered Ernest Holmes. I started reading the textbook over and over and over. I think I read it at least 8 to 10 times, the Science of Mind textbook, okay? So I started getting a little understanding. And then I discovered Thomas Troward. Okay, after discovering Thomas Troward, I used to read Thomas Troward and I used to think, I don't know if you've ever read Thomas Troward. I would read Thomas Troward and I'd say, what is he talking about? I mean, that's the way the man was to me. And I said, what is he talking about? But then I said, there must be something good in here. So I continued on and every day, 7 days a week for at least 15 years. Nothing but Thomas Troward. So his concepts began to open up to me. Okay? So what I finally came to this conclusion, my whole focus has been to simplify Ernest Holmes and Thomas Troward. Simplify. What are they really trying to teach us about ourselves? I spent all those years, that's been my focus, and trust me, whatever you focus all your attention on, you will begin to discover more and more and more. So now, I want to give you the most basic things about your mind. Okay? Now, everyone, now going back to what I said a while ago about, oh, that guy is very creative, oh, that guy's so creative. Bunch of nonsense. We are all exactly the same when it comes to that. Here's the point. Every single human being alive and every single human being there has ever been has created his own life and is living his life right now based on his own decisions. What I mean by this. Every human being, whatever, let's say for example, you're growing up as a child and all of a sudden you start going out into the world. As you get older, you start making decisions, okay? You choose either to go to school, go to college, or you choose to take this job, you choose to work at And I'm not saying good or bad or anything. I'm just saying think about the choices that we all make. You choose to go to work at McDonald's. You choose to work at a hospital. You choose to work in a factory. You choose to go here. You choose, like I said, either to go to college, don't go to college. We made all those choices. But here's the thing. Maybe a lot of us had somebody influence our choices, but the final decision that you made was your own decision. You had the final decision of where you went, what job you took on, what profession you had, who you married, where you lived. You ultimately had the final decision was yours. So every decision that we have made in our lives, we're living it right now. The results of our choices. Isn't that true? Aren't we all living it? Have you ever gone back? I know you probably have. Have you ever gone back and thought, boy, had I only done this, my life would have been better? How many of you have done that? I think just about everybody's done that, right? So do you understand what I'm saying? We are creators. We created our life by what? Our thought, right? Okay. So now, do you see why I said that, oh, that man's very creative? A lot of nonsense? We're all creators. We all created our lives. So the point is this. What if I start focusing here? Well, let me phrase it a different way. One man is a multimillionaire, a billionaire. Now, I'm not saying that that's so fabulous, because I have my opinion about that too. I won't give it to you now. But let's say one man has millions or billions of dollars. Is it hard to understand how he got there? No. Not any different than what are maybe some of you, were you business owners, were you mechanics, were you whatever it is, you focused all your attention every day on a daily basis and you became good at what you do, right? I'm going to ask you, raise your hand. How many have you spent every day of your life thinking, I'm going to make 10 million. When I make 10 billion, then I'm going to make 20 billion. After I make 20 billion, I'm going to make 100. How many of you spent your every day of your life focused on that? No hands? That's the only reason you're not there. There's no other reason. Are you following what I'm saying? There's no other reason. That man's not any more creative than you. He just focused his attention. A great athlete. How many of you have been focused on being a great athlete, a great basketball player, a great boxer, a great whatever? That's the only reason you're not there. There's no other reason. They're not any more creative than you are. There's no other reason. You're good at what you do because you focused your attention on it. Right? There's no other reason. Okay. So, now, I'm going to get, first of all, aren't we all creative? Yes. Okay. All right. Now you're with me. I'm going to give you the mind works two basic and very simple ways. There's two principles of the way the human mind works, and that's all there is. That's all there is. The amenability to suggestion is number one. I'll clarify that a little bit. The amenability to suggestion, what does that mean? Is that we have a conscious mind, a subconscious, all right? I'm going to try to keep it simple. There's suggestions coming in, and our subconscious mind is incredible. I mean, it is amazing how our subconscious mind works. When you're a little kid growing up, all of us, we're a little child growing up, there's people around us, they're talking limitations, they're talking, oh, I have this problem, I got that problem, I have this problem. You know, they're talking all these things, and we don't even realize what's happening to us. It's going in there. The mind is like an amazing computer. It's taking everything in. Amenability to suggestion. Your subconscious is taking it all in. Now, the second part is the creative power of the human mind. All those things that your mind has been taking in, you're not even aware of it. The creative power of the human mind goes to work and makes it appear to you as reality. You see, other suggestions is you look around you, you see poverty, you see hatred, you see depressed people, you see war, we see all the things going around us, and if we don't realize what we're doing and how our mind works, here's the problem. Our mind, we didn't know what was happening, so our mind makes it appear as reality for us, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not crazy. I'm not telling you that that's not real. It is real. But it doesn't need to belong to me. We accept it, and if we don't know what's happening, we think that's normal. It's not normal. It's totally abnormal. All those things, war and hatred and all the things that are not so good in this world, they're not normal. They're totally abnormal. The reason I say they're abnormal because we do not really have to live that way. We don't have to be depressed. We don't have to feel sad. We don't have to feel any of those things. Not when you learn how your mind works. You don't have to. I mean, I'm only telling you that because I learned these principles, and the most powerful suggestions that can go into your mind is what you tell yourself about yourself. The suggestions that you're telling yourself about yourself are more powerful than everything that's coming around at you from the outside world. So what am I saying? What did I just say when I first started? This is the greatest day of my life. Everything's perfect. Everything's beautiful. My life is great. This is a beautiful day. See, here's the thing. I made the amenability to suggestion. I'm telling my subconscious mind that that's who I am now. That's not who I'm going to be, or that's not how I'm going to feel. I feel that now. That is the most important thing you need to know. I feel that now. Okay? So if I feel that, eventually your subconscious, like I said, the creative part, your subconscious is going to make you feel that that's normal for you, to feel good, to feel great, to be happy. It's going to make you feel that way, your own mind, by telling yourself that. So what's the conclusion? The contemplation, self-contemplation. Because think about the things that we contemplate now. Oh gosh, I can't afford this, or I don't have that kind of money, and no, I got this problem with that person, and I'm stressed out with my kids, and I'm this and that. Look at what we contemplate about our lives. We contemplate negative things about it. When I mean by self-contemplation, it's when you're alone with your own thoughts. You're thinking about things, the negative things going on in your life. Well, the creative power of the human mind goes to work and gives you more and more and more of the same. It will continue to give you more and more and more of the same of what you're contemplating. So what's the point? Begin to contemplate nothing but good. And some people say, should I be lying to myself? Call it whatever you want. Just do it. Doesn't matter. Just do it. Believe me, that is the whole truth about all of us. I can contemplate a beautiful day, that everything's great, everything's perfect in my life. I learned this from a great man one day, struggling so much financially. And I learned this, but I got busy. I didn't mess around. Put his head back and he told me, David, you want money? And boy, did I want money. That was years back. He just went like this and said, money flows easily and effortlessly into my life. He didn't have to tell me twice. I got busy every day. Money flows easy. I started imagining money flowing into my bank account where I go to the bank. I started visualizing money coming in. It took a while. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to take a while. Do that every day faithfully. Minimum 30 days. Minimum every day before you go to sleep. Everything is great. Money flows easily. And whatever you need to improve in your life, I don't know what it is. You might be well off financially now. That's great. Whether if you're stressed or worried, don't ever let that word into your mind anymore. Everything is great. I feel great. This is the greatest day of my life. Everything is perfect. I'm going to have a beautiful day. This is a beautiful day. Do that during the day, every time you remember, take a moment and do that. Just do that. I'm telling you. You do that every day before you go to sleep. Before I go to sleep at night, I'm going to sleep so good tonight. That's it. I tell myself every night, this is a beautiful night. My life is great and beautiful. Before you know it, I'm out. And I sleep good every night. That's a fact. But it's not going to happen right away. But be serious. Stick with it for 30 days minimum. And you're going to begin to feel a little different, okay? There's no magic. I'm not trying to tell you there's any magic. All I'm trying to tell you, once you start feeling something different, it's working. Now you know this is working. That's a fact. So, your life will begin to go in that direction. And let me give you one quick thing before I finish up. The past. The past matters for nothing. Doesn't matter. Here's the point. We all walked in here, what, half hour ago? I might have a question for you. Can you change that fact? Can you change it? Can you change what you did this morning? Can you change what you did last week? Can you change what you did 5 years ago? So why are we dwelling on the past? Focus, contemplating a beautiful life, continue to do that. Your whole future is going to be totally different, whatever you choose to contemplate. Thank you all very much for having me. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. One more time for David Rodriguez. Let's take those words and anchor them in prayer. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment and take a breath. And tap into that place within you that knows truth with a capital T. For there in the mind, there in the heart, is a light that shines forever. And that light is the very energy and essence of exactly who we are right where we are. And this center of our being is the creative hub of all that is. All that we see and think and experience comes through us, as us, into the world. And so what I know today is that the creative power, that which created planets and solar systems and stars and all of life, creates within me and around me the life that I experience. I speak my word for an intention of the greater good, opening to that which is possible, allowing that power of life to move through and as me into what my heart desires. For the truth of me desires love and harmony and balance and wisdom and joy. There's a call to healing, to reaching out, to connecting. It cannot be denied. And so I speak my word for the power of my mind to create a direction of growth for myself, for my world, opening ever to the greater yet to be, allowing life to flow through me, appreciating all that is beautiful along the way, recognizing that right where I am, God is, that whatever is going on, Spirit is at work, that who I am comes from my idea of who I am, and I let that be good. I let myself know that all that is possible is within my reach. And even the greater yet to be that I have not yet even imagined is available to me as me. And I am so grateful. Grateful for the life that continues to unfold. Grateful for my ability to think and choose and decide and persist in what I know to be possible, in what I know to be greater good, and that which is beyond what I know. For God is, and I am that. And life is good, and I am that. And my heart, your heart, knows that good, that love, that joy. We simply let it flow through us, as us, creating the world that we are and the world that we live in. And it is good and very good and very, very good. And so it is. We have an affirmation in your bulletin. And I invite you to repeat after me. I'm open to all the great things that this year will bring. I am grateful for all that I have and all that is yet to come. And so it is. All right, and let's welcome Drac back to the piano.
So this song is very simple, and I don't even know who wrote it, to be honest. I think it might have been the guy who led the songs at a church I went to in Vancouver, Washington, a little church called Abundant Life Center. But it's called I Open to the Flow, and I think it's a really good, it's a very appropriate song. I didn't know he was going to talk so much about opening up in the beginning, but I feel it's so important to be open to things, or they just can't come to you. And there's a vulnerability in accepting your good and opening to things. And that's something we don't always think about. We often talk about how we set intentions and, we're seizing something, but going for it. But the truth is there's an openness, there's a surrender, and there's an acceptance and allowing things to flow through and come to you, letting your good come to you. So that's what this is about. And there are words in there. I'm just going to go through it a few times, and it's not a hard one. You'll catch on, and you'll know when I'm wrapping it up because I always slow down and repeat, so you won't have to worry about that. And it is very simple, I promise. Okay. Wait a second. Open to the flow, and then I look. Okay, here we go. Took me a minute there. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Oh, I surrender. Oh, I surrender. Oh, I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. You got it. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open to the flow and then I let go. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Oh, I surrender. Oh, I surrender. Oh, I surrender. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. I open my mind, my heart, and my soul. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. Well, with all that openness, let's open our pocketbooks and let that life flow in the form of support for our center. I invite our ushers to come forward. And know that in your giving, you are expressing Spirit in its fullest. So I invite you to say with me our prosperity affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. All right, and knowing this is the truth, I want to remind you too that we have these little cards on the back table with a prosperity affirmation on one side and the number on the back where you can text to give. So if you find yourself out of town on a Sunday morning, those who do that know who you are, you can still make a contribution to the center and know that all that we give into this communal space comes up and out again as classes, as teachings, as workshops, as our presence in the greater community. We're part of the Interfaith Council. We do Claremont Village Venture. We're at the Kindness Carnival. All of these things, this ability to live our teaching out loud comes from your contribution. So thank you for being a part of this community in that way. All right, so as I said, I'm a little discombobulated today. I left out the part about the candle, but of course I have something to say about the candle, so we're going to do it now. The nice thing about lighting a candle is you can do it anytime. Did you know that? So we light our candle today in honor of Martin Luther King's birthday celebration tomorrow. And as you know, Martin Luther King was an activist in the civil rights era. It was the time of the Vietnam War. There were riots. There were marches in the streets. There was a call for justice in our land. And so what I have is a series of quotes from him that I would like to share with you. And I've just sort of matched them all up into one big quote. These are from all his different talks. We have inherited a large house, a great world house, in which we have to live together. Black and white, Easterner and Westerner, Gentile and Jew, Catholic and Protestant, Muslim and Hindu, a family unduly separated in ideas, culture, and interest, who, because we can never live apart, again, must learn somehow to live with each other in peace. This hour in history needs a dedicated circle of transformed nonconformists. Dangerous passions of pride, hatred, and selfishness are enthroned in our lives, and men do reverence before false gods of nationalism and materialism. The saving of our world will come not through the complacent adjustment of the conforming majority, but through the creative maladjustment of a non-conforming minority. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with these disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace, and brotherhood. The trailblazers in human, academic, scientific, and religious freedom have always been nonconformists. Let us be those creative dissenters who will call our beloved nation to a higher destiny, to a new plateau of compassion, to a more noble expression of humanness. I have decided to love. If you are seeking the highest good, you can find it through love. We can then walk through the darkest night with the radiant conviction that all things work together for the good. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Words that work today, yeah. All right, so there are things happening here. Our Wednesday night meditation at 6:30 online with our practitioner Nisa. That is always a lovely thing, yes. We have applause in the back row. This is good. If you attend, you will applaud too. It's a lovely thing. The link is on our website and also in the e-blast. We have a couple classes coming up. There is an interest list on the back table. If you are fairly new to this philosophy and would like to take a foundation level class, we're just looking to see how many people might be interested. There are a couple different options. There are 2 5-week classes. There's 1 10-week class. We haven't picked any of that yet. I just want to know who might want to take a class about these principles that we talk about on Sunday. Another way to do a deeper dive and to get to know someone in the group a little bit better, because classes are really good for that. How many of you have taken our classes of one kind or another? Life is better when you're in class, right? Yes. Okay, that's for the rest of you. All right. We do have another class coming up for sure. This is a 2nd level class called The Power of Your Word. And I brought the flyer up here so I could wave it. Here it is. This is an 8-week class. It really talks about, we talk about speaking our word. In other words, setting that intention or creating a direction for our lives. This is a class that allows you to practice that, to really understand what it is you tell yourself and how you might reword it to your benefit, to lift yourself up, to lift your world up. So if you have not taken this before, this is a great class. Some of the books that are used, How to Use the Science of Mind, Can We Talk to God, and an effective prayer. So it really is a way of transforming your life through this idea of centering ourselves and becoming more aligned with the power that we already are. It's a great class. It's going to be on Thursday nights starting February 18th, and there is a sign-up sheet in the back, so make sure you put your name down.
February 18th is a Tuesday.
Oh, that's special. And it's supposed to be Tuesday. So even though it says Thursday, make that a Tuesday, okay? Tuesday nights starting the 18th. Thank you. That's why we do this as a group, because together we have one big mind. Yes. Thank you. Tuesdays. All right. I want to remind our practitioners and ministers there is a seminar coming up this Saturday. It's being held at the Redondo Center. Which is a beautiful campus. And it is... There's breakfast, continental breakfast, lunch, speakers, workshops, $75 per person. Please don't let the cost get in the way. If you'd really like to go, let me know, and we'll make sure that you can get there. Saturday from 9 to 4 in Redondo. Should be a lovely experience. Save the date. Our annual meeting, which does not sound exciting but is actually a lot of fun, is on February 23rd, which is a Sunday right after service. This is a chance for us to look at the where we were last year, where we think we're going this next year, and to have a conversation and meet the new board members, elect new board members, and ask questions about the health of our community and ideas for making it better. And yes, Graham?
Is it going to be a potluck?
Well, there's going to be food. Have we decided? Is it a potluck? Do we know yet? We didn't talk about that. Do you want it to be a potluck? We love potlucks. There will be food. One way or another, we will feed you first, and then we will talk, and then we will vote, and then we will disperse. Okay? And it's actually, as business meetings go, it doesn't feel like business. It just feels like fun. Let's see. And remember, I said last week, we have about the same number of people that come every Sunday, but it's not the same people. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but when you come, it's not always. What if everybody came on the same day? We'd need more chairs. Wouldn't that be lovely? So the annual meeting is a great reason to everybody come on the same day. All right? So we'll see what that looks like. All right. I think those are the new things. Anybody have anything else? All right. So if you haven't been singing along to our closing song, you now have the words if you would like to. Let's stand up, move to the side, and then we'll join for coffee afterwards.
Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other, we come together. We come together, we come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love.
To Paris, France. I never learned how to ballroom dance, but she's still giving me the chance. How lucky can one guy be? I never made a load of dough, I never been to a Broadway show, but to her I'm original Romeo. How lucky can one guy be? Her other boyfriends and the hopeful man call her on the telephone, but at the end of the night she's holding me tight and I'm the one taking her home. I never win a playoff game, I never had a lot of fortune or fame,